When I was sandblasting this fender, I had a little bit of rust right in this area, and this blaster blasted right through the rust and put a hole right in the metal. So I gotta weld that up now. I've got these fenders ready for a coat of primer. As you can see, I've already got some primer on there. I ended up doing some body work here, and I filled some of those dents that I showed you when I first took these off the tractor. I wasn't going to bother, but when I started sanding these down, prepping for paint, I noticed that there was quite a few more dents than what I originally thought there was. So after the epoxy primer cured, we went back and block sanded and noticed that there was a few places where we had a little bit of problems. So after block sanding this, we're just going to go over this with a light coat of a primer sealer. Well, there we go. Finally got these fenders painted. In the beginning, we put this on real light because this is an acrylic enamel that we sprayed, and I like to put on a real light tack coat. And then you saw later we turned the gun up and we laid down a good coat of paint on these, and I think they came out pretty nice. I'm happy with them. I got the replacement seat in the other day, and there's a few differences. The new seat has a bracket here and two brackets here, and the old seat does not have either one of those brackets. Instead, it just has these two here on the side. This was supposed to be a direct replacement. Obviously, it is not exact, so I don't know exactly what I have to do. I haven't put it on the tractor yet. I may have to cut these off. This I can work with. The reason I'm keeping this seat, even though it's not the same, is it's not the first one that I've gotten. The first one I ordered was advertised as a direct replacement, and it showed a picture of this particular seat, and I ordered it, and when it came it was totally different. It wasn't even the seat that was pictured. Good news is they took it back and they gave me a refund. But I had to order this seat right from Kubota. It was quite a bit more money than the first seat, but it's a lot closer to being the right thing. So I guess what I'm going to do now is see what I have to do to fit this seat on the tractor. I went out to the tractor and I put the seat on there and found out that these are not going to get in the way of anything. So we're going to leave those like they are. And I made a bracket to go on here. Where I've cleaned the paint up is where we're going to weld it to the seat. I think that these are set up so you can put a slide on there so you can adjust the seat like you can in a car, but this tractor never had that option, so we're just going to keep it the way it was. Can we get it rid of it? Well, I took this out to the tractor and put it on, and we found that this piece that we had across here was interfering. It didn't let the bracket that these bolts go to line up with these holes, so we had to take this off so that everything would line up. What I got to do now is I'm going to put some paint on those, and this seat is ready to install. Yeah, there she is. I got some paint on those brackets. They welded up. Not a perfect match, but it's magic tractor paint, so I'm sure it's going to fade right out anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Important thing is it doesn't rust and keeps my butt dry. Well, that finishes up the rear fenders. I got my decals put on there. Well, that right there is the high-low switch in the transmission. I cannot get the decal that goes on that piece that sticks out there that tells you neutral, high, and low. I'm gonna have to see if I can't find something else, I guess, that I can use there. Not that it's a real big deal, but just be nice to have. Well, that sure looks a lot better than it did, and I'm happy with that. Hopefully soon I can get on to the hood and the gas tank and dashboard cover here, and it'd be nice to do the loader too. Next thing I want to do is put some lights on these fenders, and I'd like to put some little handles on there. I mentioned earlier that they're not available. I couldn't get some off another model that I thought would work, so I might make something. Well, I'll have to see how that turns out. I got these new stabilizer chains and turnbuckles on just before it started raining. Picked these up at Tractor Supply. They weren't, of course, an exact replacement, so I had to cut some links off of the old chains, and you see there I used some pieces from the original ones, and I had to use this speed link here to put this together, but I think that'll hold alright. We got the new rim on the Kubota here. Quite a difference. You can tell the difference in the paint there, where it really faded out in the center there. I did not do this myself. I took it to the Kubota dealer and had them deal with it. Struggling with this tire was really not anything that I was interested in doing. But they didn't have any trouble with it. They didn't tell me not to come back. I guess they used an excavator to pop the old rim off. So that was good. My son and I took it off the tractor and we took it up to the dealer, and it took the two of us to get this in the back of the truck. It's pretty heavy. Of course, it's loaded. I had them put the new non-corrosive fluid in it, a beet juice they call it. I guess the proper name would be rim guard. So that's all set. Another piece here. All I've got to do really now is service the tractor, and it can go back into operation. I got a new, well, not new, but a re-engineered rollover protection system on here, and I have a video of that, the work we did to get that to work better. I'd like to put a folding canopy on here. We got the plans in the works for that. I'll be shooting some video on that as we go. Hopefully we'll get to that soon. But thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.